De stad Istanbul in Turkije heeft een rijk verleden als centrum van het christelijk geloof. In en rond Constantinopel, zoals de stad vroeger heette, vonden de eerste Oecumenische concilies van de toen nog ene christelijke kerk plaats. Het Oecumenisch Patriarchaat van de Orthodoxe Kerk is nog altijd in Istanbul gevestigd. Zijn Alheiligheid Bartholomeos is er sinds 1991 Oecumenisch Patriarch. Hij werd geboren op het Turkse eiland Imbros in 1940. Als kind leefde hij te midden van de religieuze gemeenschap van het eiland en werd hij er gefascineerd door de mystieke sfeer van het orthodoxe geloof.
I think first of all it was an appeal, an evocation from above, from God. And also the whole atmosphere of my village, the atmosphere and the tradition which was closely related to religion. I was always close to the priest of my village. I was close to the bishop of the island, who used to be my spiritual father, and all this contributed to the formation of my final decision, which I took immediately upon the completion of my theological studies on Halki. Then I had this inclination, so to say, but when I finished my studies, I decided definitely to become a priest and to serve the church. And I think that I did well. At the beginning, my father was a little bit reluctant, hesitant. But when both of them saw my decisiveness to be ordained, they agreed. And when God gave me and gave them the great blessing to see their son, an ecumenical patriarch, they were absolutely happy, because it is very rare in the history for a patriarch to have both his parents on his accession to the throne. So they were very happy, and they were very proud. And I was very grateful to God to have given them and me this unique happiness and blessing.
De Orthodoxe Kerk in Oost-Europa heeft veel geleden tijdens de periode van het communisme. Na de val van het ijzeren gordijn kent de kerk een nieuwe bloei. De patriarchen in Oost-Europese landen en Rusland krijgen opnieuw vrijheid om hun kerkelijk werk voor te zetten.
My impression from outside is that the collapse of the communism was a blessing for those countries, because they regained freedom of expression, of belief, and the church has now more possibilities to fulfill its mission, not only church, ecclesiastical mission, but also social one. Of course, there are many difficulties, because for over 70 years the local churches were deprived of all the possibilities to act and to fulfill their mission, and it was difficult to come from this position to a new position immediately, because this change happened almost suddenly. And the churches were not prepared for that. But we admire the spiritual struggle of the patriarchs and the hierarchs and all the responsible people there to use the liberty, the freedom God gave them back in order to bring the message of the gospel to more and more people in those countries.
Door het feit dat de Orthodoxe Kerk bestaat uit een veelheid van lokale patriarchaten en autokefale kerken en deze veelal nationaal zijn georganiseerd, bestaat er geen gevaar dat zij te nationaal gebonden zijn.
We respect and support the identity of each people, of each nation. But we are against the exploitation of religion for political and for nationalistic purposes. When I was elected as Ecumenical Patriarch in 1991, I thought it would be useful to invite here in the headquarters of the Ecumenical Patriarchate all the leaders of the Orthodox churches to exchange views and to discuss our common problems. And in fact, they came. We had a nice meeting of 2 or 3 days, at the end of which we published a message to our faithful and to the whole world. In this message, among other things, we condemned unanimously the exploitation of religion, of the religious sentiment for nationalistic and for political aims. This is always valid. There are misunderstandings, there are exploitations. After the collapse of the communism, of the atheistic regime, we have here and there kind of renaissance of nationalism, but this is not the official attitude of the Orthodox Church.
Zijn Alheiligheid Oecumenische Patriarch Bartholomeos werkt actief mee aan de toenadering tussen de christelijke kerken die na het schisma van 1054 elk hun eigen weg zijn gegaan. Daarnaast ijvert hij ook voor een groter respect voor het milieu. Waarom moet het christendom zich met het leefmilieu bezighouden?
We Christians believe and teach that this beautiful world created by God came out of his hands in a perfect situation. And we human beings, because of our egoistic attitude and exploitation of the creation, we have damaged it. We have created many problems to such an extent that many species do not exist anymore. And if we continue not to respect and not to protect the creation, our children and the coming generations in general will be in a desperate condition, not being able to use and to profit of so many beautiful and useful things God created for us. We say that we love and we respect God Creator. If it is so, we have to love and to respect and to protect His deeds also, His creation. We cannot separate Him from his creation, from his world. So if we love and respect him, we have to do the same for this beautiful world, which, according to the first book of the Old Testament, the Genesis, it was kalos lian, very beautiful, very perfect. And my late predecessor, Patriarch Demetrius, started to deal with environmental problems. He proclaimed the first day of September as a special day of prayers for the environment. And we, every year, we publish on the 1st of September a special message reminding the people of their responsibility. We have organized so far 4 international environmental and interreligious symposia, because the participants are not only Christians, but we have Muslims and Jews as well.
Het respect voor de schoonheid van Gods schepping weerspiegelt zich in de schoonheid van de orthodoxe liturgie en spiritualiteit.
The beauty, as I said, the beauty with which our God, the Creator, donated the whole of creation. And in our liturgy, in our Orthodox liturgy, this beauty of the visible things and also the beauty of the invisible things is manifested. And not only manifested, but lived and experienced. You remember what the delegates of the Prince of Kiev said when they attended the liturgy in Hagia Sophia, the Holy Wisdom Church here in Constantinople. They reported to the Prince of Kiev that attending this Orthodox liturgy, we were not able to understand if we were on earth or in heaven. So this beauty of the world, created and uncreated, is manifested and experienced in all the liturgies of the Orthodox Church. Spirituality is one of the treasures of the Orthodox Church, and one of the most precious and important things which the Orthodox Church could offer to the non-Orthodox is the spiritual experience of the fathers of the Church, the spiritual experience of our whole tradition. And we are ready to offer it, as we are ready to receive and to accept from our non-Orthodox brothers and sisters whatever beautiful, nice and positive they could give us. And this is a mutual enrichment, and this is a common walking towards Christ himself and towards the eschatology.